What is up, my friends? You saw the thumbnail, you know what's going on in this video, and we're here on Avery Proving Ground to do a test. Yep, we're testing my winter heated gloves. And that's one of the tips I'm gonna give you today. So stick around. I'm gonna find a nice pull-off here in about 10 minutes. Not your 10 minutes, my 10 minutes. And I'm gonna show you my heated gear setup because I think it's a great way to do heated gloves for winter riding. So welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming along on this chilly ride with me. It's chilly for me, it's not chilly for you. But anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get right in. All right, it is getting colder out. With cold comes wind. With wind and cold comes frostbitten hands. I went on a ride last week and it was miserable. 15 minutes in, I was like, nope, gotta turn around and go home. My fingertips hurt. And that's no good for anybody. So what I did was I put my heated gloves on. And these are corded, plugged into the bike, which I'll show you in a minute. And I find them to be far superior to the battery powered ones. I did a video on that earlier this year, last year, something like that. But we're gonna go into a little more detail on how to make winter riding more fun. First of all is running the wiring, which I, again, will show you in a few minutes. That is number one, because you gotta make it easy on you. You know your old buddy John is lazy, right? And I like things to be easy and repeatable. So therein lies the problem. Also, I don't like dangling cords, and you don't see any cords, right? Yeah, look, Ma, no cords. But recently I got the lowers on the bike, I got the windshield and the batwing wings, and those helped a lot. But even with a big fairing, your hands still get cold. So I highly recommend a good set of gauntlets or a good set of heated gloves like I have. These are first gear, they don't make them anymore, but they still work apparently. All right. They don't actually have a stop there. I kid you not. I had to stop, they didn't. So first tip is take a day where it's like 50 and go for a ride with your heated gear. Make sure it's still heated. I got caught out the second year I had these. The left glove stopped working on a 35-degree ride to work on the highway. That was not fun. Lucky for me, it was 55 degrees later, and the company sent me a new pair of gloves. Yay! I wanted to pull over there, but I forgot. Oh well. But that's why I like to test them when it's 50 out, because you can still feel the heat and get used to it, but not have to deal with the extra cold temperatures. So I just turned it way down. That's the next thing. You need some sort of rheostat or controller for your heated gloves. Highly recommend it. I've got the same brand, Heat Troller, I think they called it. And it works great at giving me fine control over the amount of heat coming out of the gloves. That way your hands don't sweat and you don't run the risk of, overheating them and burning them and stuff. I don't know if you can actually burn them or not, but it gets highly uncomfortable if you leave them on high for too long. But that's the tips with the heated gloves. I'm going to show you the setup. We'll talk a little bit more about it here in a minute. So before I show you the setup and how I like to do things, one more thing about the heated gloves. Just like you don't hop on your bike and give her the beans right off the start, I find it best to wear the gloves for a little while and not do anything kind of crazy. That way you don't get in over your head, because your dexterity is not going to be the same at first with the heated gloves. Because obviously they're thicker. If they're leather like these, then they're going to stiffen up on the off season, i.e. summer, and then you won't be able to flex as well, right? So you want to be able to flex better so you can have that fine control to get the friction zone and brakes right and everything like that. Which brings up my next point, and that is, why do I think heated gloves are so important? Because your feet can be cold and still work just fine. Your face can be cold, and if you can't talk, you can still look around and stuff. Your legs can be cold, that's no big deal. But you need that fine dexterity, like I just mentioned, to be able to finely control your motorcycle and do all the different maneuvers you have to do on a bike. So that's why heated gloves are at the top of my heated gear list. Kid you not. let's find a place to pull over and I'll show you what I got going on here. And here we are, a cemetery. But we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna talk the heated gloves here so you can see them. They have the wire that comes out and the wire goes into my jacket. Down here, you can see the wire comes out of my jacket and plugs into my battery tender lead. I'll unplug it, and you can see I haphazardly moved it to the top of that side cover so I can get on and off the bike without plugging or unplugging the cable. And for anybody that's wondering, this is just an adapter that goes from the battery tender lead to the heated gloves. The Harley tender lead, as I understand it, is enough to at least power gloves, maybe boots too. There's some question as to how much it can power, but I haven't had an issue with my electrics, and I've been running this for a couple of years now. So take that for what it's worth, which is the price you paid to watch this video. And a quick tip, make sure you plug your gloves in before you put them on. Otherwise, it's a real pain in the ass to get the gloves on and then plug them in, because obviously you don't have the dexterity. The other thing is the heat controller. So you could probably see it there, or I will bring it up here. Ta-da! There it is. And it's on a belt loop on the side of my jacket. And that makes it easy because then I could take this cable, there it is, and just shove it in my pocket so it doesn't dangle while I'm walking, except it would help if I didn't. I had the cable run through the wire to the glove. That was not going to work well, was it? Anyway, the cable goes into my pocket, zip it up, it's snug as a bug in a rug, and it doesn't dangle anywhere. The gloves plug in, like I said, here, and this jacket has a liner, so it's got the loops on it, and I just run a twist tie on it, and I run it inside the liner, and then inside the jacket, I just bundle up the cable. I'll show you that now. Boop. Hey kid, want to buy some candy? No, I'm just kidding. The cable's just there and it bundles it up. So I made this one shorter and this one longer so that they just come out the ends. I mean, you can see that. They just come out the sleeve ends. And it's really convenient because all I do is throw the jacket on, go out to the bike, fire up the bike, because, you know, these things draw some juice and I don't know, I don't trust it. So plus it gives the bike a minute to warm up. So I get everything else on and then boom, start the bike, do the gloves, and then I'm good to go. And then I'm riding willy-nilly, having a good time. The other thing I like to do is to carry a backup pair of gloves just in case these fail. They're not all that warm, so I like to carry my backup winter gloves with me just in case one of these fail, because they're a little bit warmer at speed when these don't work. Anyway, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover on this. I hope it helps you out. I hope it gets you riding more this winter. And if you liked it, do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, and subscribe, you know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Remember 2 things. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And number 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's buying yourself new heated gloves so you can ride more this winter. John out.